What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Mo Salah huge contract update video because Melissa Reddy, who is a reporter for Sky Sports and used to work in and around Liverpool, and she has a lot of contact to Liverpool Football Club. She posted a very interesting update about the whole Mo Salah contract situation, and I think it's worth to take a closer look, and we will talk a lot about this situation that Liverpool find themselves in. Let me know, which camp are you in? Do you think Salah deserves a pay rise and a new 2-year or 3-year contract, or would you want Salah to leave Liverpool on a free transfer? In the comments below, leave your thoughts. And Melissa Reddy says that Salah's own contractual history with Liverpool offers hope that Salah will stay beyond this season. Liverpool have yet to make an offer that Salah would consider or even just slightly amend. That is the marker that there is plenty of ground separating Salah's expectations and Liverpool's allowance, which of course does not exist in isolation because Liverpool have huge problems with Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold being out of contract in the summer as well. And sources maintain that negotiations around Salah are the most complex given his worth, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. The conservative estimation from Salah's agent Rami Abbas ahead of the 2022 extension of Salah's latest contract was for the total amount received by Mohamed Salah and the image rights companies over the next few years from both his playing contract and his image rights contracts. Per year, Salah is receiving between 47 and 54 million pounds per year, which is an insane amount, and it is no wonder that the Harvard Business School chose to feature this contract renegotiation in its Business of Entertainment, Media and Sports programs for their students. And Jurgen Klopp even said that extending the contract of Mo Salah is not something that you meet for a cup of tea in the afternoon and find an agreement. That is an extensive and exhaustive process. The biggest hope that Liverpool fans can have that Salah will extend his contract is that Salah wants to stay and Liverpool want him to stay. And that is the fundamental point underpinning negotiations, but they need to find a compromise somewhere down the middle. And Salah is Liverpool's most valuable player in a way that and scale that no other player has managed at Liverpool before, and he works hard for it. His mental and physical conditioning as well as his acumen when making business decisions is elite. It is why some of the examples you showed used to showcase how players on the wrong side of 30 drop off after a mega contract like Özil and Aubameyang. They have felt insulting to Salah and the investment he has made in himself to continue making excellence a habit, because Salah is a model professional. He's a lot more professional than Aubameyang or Özil. But Liverpool have consistently proven they get the big decisions right. Their sustainable noise cancelling approach has been successful. Liverpool sit top of the Premier League and top of the Champions League. Liverpool's job is not to give a player whatever he wants, but to use a wide lens and assess all repercussions of that one single decision. They are in no doubt about what Salah is capable of, what he's worth, and how much he means to the club beyond performances and sentiment. Players like him have earned a tweaking of the parameters, but not yet at the expense of future squad planning, keeping the age profile of the team healthy and the natural evolution of the squad. Even if they keep Salah and Van Dijk, which is the win all parties are after, Liverpool want to keep them. Liverpool will have to replace them in the not so distant future. They cannot ignore that reality in their calculations. There will be the weighing up of what to throw at Trent Alexander-Arnold for him to delay the desire to join Real Madrid, sign an extension and fetch a head-spinning sum of money if he does leave for Madrid, as he will represent pure profit on the books. And that's why I think extending the contract of Trent is huge as well, because if Trent signs a contract extension and signs for Real Madrid in 2 years for like 70-80 million, that will be pure profit on the balance books, on the balance sheets of Liverpool, which I'm sure that the owners would love to see, allowing 26-year-old youth academy player to exit for free this summer is a worse trading look than shaking hands with Salah and Van Dijk, giving them a rousing send-off when wishing them well. Yeah, losing Trent on a free transfer would be worse than losing Salah or Van Dijk. I think we can all agree on that. There are multiple sizable equations at play. Rightly or wrongly, if Liverpool survey the European landscape, they might take heart that there is no obvious fit for Salah. He wants to be competing for top honours and remain centre stage, so which of the best clubs have an opening for him, and which clubs can assume the cost of a meaty signing on fee and the wages he's worth. The frustration for many Liverpool fans, including myself, is the question of how have backed themselves into such a tight corner where 3 of their best players can leave at the same time. And of course there are mitigating circumstances, Jurgen Klopp leaving and having an interim sporting director didn't help the season of Europa League football, and of course players needing to judge how the new manager gets on, but the new manager couldn't have started any better than how Arne started. So I think there should be no doubt in the minds of Salah, Trent and Van Dijk that Liverpool are a force to be reckoned with, and Liverpool can win trophies and challenge for trophies. So if Trent wants trophies, he should stay at Liverpool because he can get them, he can win them at Liverpool. And it's not an enviable situation that sporting director Richard Hughes inherited. It's a shambolic situation, how Melis already called it, completely not of his making. But now the job of Michael Edwards is to extend all 3 big stars' contracts. And I think the Van Dijk contract should have been done because it should be a relatively straightforward negotiation. Offer a little bit more wages to Van Dijk, maybe a 2-year contract with an option for another year. And Van Dijk is not on huge wages, he's on like 250k weekly wages, so Liverpool can easily offer him a similar wage, and the agreement should have been already done. Melis already thinks that everything started in 2022 when Michael Edwards left his role, Julian Ward, his replacement, left 6 months after being appointed as new sporting director. Mike Gordon stepped back from his responsibilities because FSG wanted to sell the club, that's important as well. So this is partly the fault of the owners as well. And in the absence of Mike Gordon and Michael Edwards, suddenly Jurgen Klopp was all powerful on account of the glory that he delivered. And the administration of recruitment and contract renewals, that wasn't Jurgen Klopp's strong point. There were more pressing issues like refitting a midfield. Europa League football is not the platform to seduce players to commit to the club, so getting back to the Champions League was paramount. Liverpool, of course, got back into the Champions League. We were even in the title race up until April. But the fact that Jurgen Klopp told FSG last November that he would be leaving, there wasn't an opportunity to extend the contracts of Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Maybe we could have extended the contract of Trent last summer, not last summer, 2 seasons ago, 2 years ago in the summer, because 2023, in the summer of 2023, we could have extended the contract of Trent. I can understand why they waited to see how Salah and Van Dijk progress in their 30s, to see how their career unfolds, whether they show any signs of decline or not. But in the case of Trent Alexander-Arnold, there was absolutely no reason for Liverpool not to extend his contract in the summer of the 2023. But because Liverpool were entering the Europa League, that's why maybe it was a tricky conversation, and the owners or whoever was in charge of Liverpool decided not to extend the contract of Trent. And Jurgen Klopp explained in January that tying the players down and then me saying I won't be here anymore, they would be like, no one told us that, you can't work like this, especially with the relationship that Klopp had with these players. And Jurgen Klopp said there is enough time to do everything. These players love to be here. I know that for a fact. Yes, that was in January, and now we are at the end of November, the start of December, and still no news, official news on any of these these big three stars to stay at Liverpool beyond this season. There had been a desire from both sides, Liverpool and the big three, to understand what Arne Slot's football would look and feel like, Melissa already says, and how it would translate to them. To that end, talks over new deals are understood to have commenced in October. Liverpool remain calm over the situation. Salah can't be blamed for feeling otherwise. And yeah, I think Trent, Van Dijk are relatively calm about the situation because they know that, Liverpool are offering them decent contracts. In the case of Salah, maybe Liverpool aren't offering Salah enough money. That's why he hasn't agreed to a contract yet, because there have been verbal offers to Salah. He just rejected every single one of them so far because he wants probably either a longer contract or bigger pay, or maybe both, who knows. Fabrizio Romano also issued a contract update. When Mo Salah says there is no offer from Liverpool, it doesn't mean that there are no discussions. Formally, the official bid arrived when you make sure you are aligned on the financials of the contract, in this case a new contract. Liverpool sources insist talks took place with Mo Salah, and Liverpool still have planned to have a discussion with Mo Salah to understand what they can do and what they want to do together on both sides. They still plan to speak and talk again to Mo Salah in the next few weeks and potentially months, so Liverpool feel they are still there. My feeling is that both Salah and Van Dijk publicly came out and said that they want to stay at Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold has not. Trent only said he wants to win the Ballon d'Or and he wants to win trophies and titles. So that is the most worrying to me. And I think financially it would be the most damaging to lose Trent. Because as I said, he's a £100 million footballer. And he's a youth academy product as well. So if you lose him to Real Madrid, you basically lose out on 70, 80 to 100 million pounds. And that's a huge amount of money, even for a rich club like Liverpool. And Liverpool have made around 40, 50 million pounds on transfers last summer. So Liverpool absolutely should have the necessary funds to extend the contracts of Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. We can afford to extend all three of them. What we can't afford is let all of them go and then having to scramble to replace them. Can you imagine what kind of massive rebuild Jurgen Klopp would have, Arne Slot would have had to do? Slip up the tongue, sorry guys. So Arne Slot would need a huge rebuild to replace the best right back in the world, the best winger in the Premier League, and the best centre back in the Premier League. That is not a situation that Liverpool want to be in. And Stan Collymore believes that Mo Salah is worth the spend. How much is it going to cost to replace Mo Salah? If you look around European football, there isn't a glut of quality young wingers that have the outrageous pace that he still has. Let's not forget, one of the big things about players when they age is that their pace goes, but there is no sign of that with Salah. Salah's ability to get into excellent positions and be clinical is still top class. His goals and assist output is still there, and he's no trouble. Even if you look at it from a marketing perspective, whether it be the fact that he's a high-profile Muslim player from a football mad Egypt where players have huge global recognition, or otherwise, offering Salah a new deal makes absolutely sense for Liverpool. I'm sure Liverpool haven't ignored it, Stan Collymore says. I don't think there is a situation brewing. It's just a classic game of, tactics when the player or the agent says, oh, I'm not feeling the love. The club will make appropriate comments at the right time, but I think that Liverpool as a business and FSG as a business will be looking at the situation and wanting to get the numbers right before any negotiations are entered into. They need to make sure the numbers work, then move forward with Mo Salah in their squad. Unless the Saudis want to pay a ridiculous amount of money in January for Liverpool to sell him early, then the maths are very much on Liverpool paying the 350 grand a week. He's a Liverpool legend, he has won everything there is to win, and he's still very, very capable as a class performer to get Liverpool winning trophies. That has to be worth the spend. Salah's importance to Liverpool is absolutely blindingly obvious, and I think if Liverpool lose Salah, we might lose being title contenders. We might lose the ability to challenge for the Premier League title. That's just my opinion. Liverpool are also sweating over the fitness of Conor Bradley and Ibrahima Konate ahead of Man City, but thankfully Trent Alexander-Arnold is fit to play. But Conor Bradley could be out for a month, with a hamstring injury. There is a fear that he could be out for 4 weeks. That's what Louis Steele, a Liverpool-based reporter, is reporting. Ibrahim Konate is another doubt, but it looks like he avoided any serious damage, so he could be fit for the game against Man City. And Trent Alexander-Arnold will be fit, Arne Slot confirmed, to start against Man City, but they are all being assessed. But Liverpool fear, according to Paul Joyce, that Conor Bradley could miss key December games with hamstring injury. Yes, if it's 4 or 5 weeks, then he could miss the whole December schedule, which would be very, very bad, very worrying, because Trent Alexander-Arnold is not ideal if he has to play the whole of December all alone. Joe Gomez will play at right back at some point, but if Konate is injured, then Joe Gomez has to play centre back. That would be a tricky situation. Liverpool don't want to end up with a lineup where Kwanzaa starts and Gomez starts at right back, but they are both pretty good options, so I wouldn't be like overly concerned. And this is where this lead ahead of Man City is crucial, because Liverpool will inevitably get some injuries during this period where we have to play every 3 days. But I think Liverpool must beat Man City. We must take advantage of Man City's terrible form, and if we can beat them and have an 11-point gap at the top of the table, that could serve as a cushion in case Liverpool drop some points with these injuries mounting up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.